Frank West is not like other heroes. He's rough around the edges, brash, and frequently appears to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders. But have you ever wondered why Frank is so reluctant to trust anyone during the events of Dead Rising? Why he always seems to keep people at arm's length even when survival depends on teamwork? Today, let's take a deeper look at Frank's character and what might be going on behind his tough exterior. To understand Frank's reluctance to trust, you first have to understand his background. He's a photojournalist, and that job doesn't exactly come with a lot of warm, fuzzy interactions. Frank has spent years chasing the truth, exposing lies, and uncovering the darker side of humanity. When you're constantly surrounded by deceit and corruption, it's hard not to become cynical about people. Think about it. Frank's job is to capture the harsh realities of the world through his camera lens. He's seen war zones, political scandals, and human suffering up close. That kind of life changes you. It teaches you to rely on yourself because trusting the wrong person could cost you everything. When Frank arrives in Willamette, he's already skeptical of people. But then things get worse. He quickly learns that almost everyone has their own agenda. Carlito, for example, manipulates the outbreak for revenge. Dr. Barnaby hides crucial information that could save lives. Even Brad and Jesse, the DHS agents, keep Frank in the dark for most of the story. These betrayals only reinforce what Frank already believes. You can't trust anyone but yourself. Every time he tries to work with someone, there's a risk that they'll lie to him, use him, or leave him to fend for himself. And in a situation as dangerous as Willamette, that's a risk Frank isn't willing to take. Another big part of Frank's reluctance to trust comes down to his personality. He's a lone wolf by nature. Sure, he helps people, but he doesn't do it because he's trying to make friends. He does it because he feels it's the right thing to do, or because it serves his goals, like getting the scoop of a lifetime. Frank's independence is both his greatest strengths and his biggest weakness. On one hand, it allows him to stay focused and survive in impossible situations, but on the other hand, it isolates him. He keeps people at a distance even when they might genuinely want to help. It's like he's always waiting for the other shoe to drop, for someone to stab him in the back. Let's not forget that Frank's reluctance to trust also comes from the trauma he's experiencing. The Willamette outbreak is chaotic, violent, and filled with unimaginable horrors. Frank is thrown into a world where the rules of society no longer apply and people are just as dangerous as the zombies. In a situation like that, trust becomes a luxury Frank can't afford. He's in survival mode, and that means focusing on what he can control, his own actions. Every time someone betrays him or lets him down, it only pushes him further into that mindset. But here's the thing, Frank isn't completely closed off. Over the course of Dead Rising, we see a glimpse of his humanity. He develops a bond with Isabella, even though she's initially tied to Carlito's plans. He fights to protect survivors even when it puts his own life at risk. These moments show that Frank isn't heartless. He's just guarded. He's been burned too many times to trust easily, but deep down, he still cares about people. It's just buried under layers of skepticism and self preservation. Frank West's reluctance to trust others isn't just a character flaw, it's a survival mechanism. It's a result of his experiences, his job, and the brutal reality of the Willamette outbreak. But even though he's cautious and guarded, he's still a hero. He's someone who fights for the truth, no matter how ugly it is, and someone who ultimately puts his life on the line to save others. And maybe, just maybe, by the end of this story, Frank learns that while trust can be dangerous, it's also what makes us human. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Frank West's character, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.